going on, coding family? How is everyone? Y'all, we made it to the weekend. Praise the Lord. Okay, it was a long week and it was a hot week in Texas. It's been hot and we got some rain, so it's just gonna get hotter. That's the way it is. So anyway, we're coming back today. I wanted to talk to y'all about working remote and what you can expect or should expect from your company. So when you work remote, you should be able to expect to receive equipment from the company and a couple of other things as well. So in your interview, there are certain things that you can ask as far as what type of computers you will receive and how long will it take for you to receive that. So as y'all know, I work for the government right now and I'm in Texas. So my job is located in Washington. So they sent me equipment from Washington, was shipped directly to my house. And let me say this, there's nobody coming to set it up. You have to set it up yourself. I am not that computer savvy. I'm just saying, I'm not that computer savvy, but I did set up the equipment. So what I did receive from my employer is 2 dual monitors and a laptop. That's what I received from my employer from the government. Now, my previous job that I had working at the hospital, I only had 2 monitors and no laptop. So this laptop, if I choose to go work elsewhere, I can take my laptop with me, which is furnished by my job. So this is something that you should not have to go out and buy computers and monitors and laptops. You should not have to. Why? Because you work with confidential information. So then my question would be to the employer, if that is the case, is what type of VPN access will you have and what will be downloaded to your laptop? Because the information that you have and that you review is all confidential. So 9 times out of 10, an employer should be able to send you a monitor or a laptop. In this case, I've always gotten 2 monitors, and this is the first time that I've received a laptop. So I work on everything. I'm reviewing information from my laptop to the monitors, different systems. So just to let you know that also, they included a stipend. What that is they're just giving me some extra cash because I utilize my internet. And so they know that that's costing me money as well to work. So I get a small stipend at the end of every month, which is really nice. They did tell me that during the interview process that I will receive a stipend. So that is very helpful. Also, another thing that you should be able to expect, or that she'll give you an option for, is books. So if they have an encoder built into the system, which 9 times out of 10 they do, one of them is called Optum. So when I say encoder, what I mean is that it's a built-in system into your system that you are able to look up codes. You don't necessarily have to reach for a book, but it's already built into the system that you're using. So you could just, put in a code and find out exactly what it is, and it will give you details. There's so much information built into Optum and the different encoders. It's just like using an ebook, except it's in your system already. Now if they give me the option, which my previous job did give me the option, they asked me, do you want books or do you want an encoder? I chose the books because these books ain't cheap. And so sometimes I prefer to put my hands on the book. I like to look up codes and different codes. I don't mind the encoder because it's already on the system, But me, I prefer books just because I can highlight in the books, I can write in my books. And because these books are expensive, and if my job is going to give them to me for free and they get it at a discounted amount, I'm pretty sure, why not take them? So that's just me. So that's something else that comes with working remote. I want to say also that my job pays for my yearly dues. So with AAPC, I have yearly dues in CEUs that are due every 2 years. CEUs are continuing education units. So I have to have 36 units due every 2 years. So y'all know, if you get an additional certification, so maybe you have a CPC and now you have a CPB or you have a COC, those credits begin to build up that you'll have to have due every 2 years. So it will increase. Mine is 36. So if I get another certification, that might be another 36. I'm not for sure on the amounts, but I have 36 units due next year. So I'm already starting to get my credits towards my certification. If I let that lapse, my certification could be taken away and I would have to probably take the exam again, especially if I'm not paying my yearly dues. Your certification requires you to pay yearly dues to either AHEMA or AAPC, but that is for continually to be certified, as well as having your credits towards your certification. So those are some things that are required. With my job, they told me all of these things. And then also on the application, when I'm filling out an application, they ask for your membership number. So wherever you get your certification from, expect to be asked for your member number, because they're going to call and check if you're actually a member and if you're up to date on your dues and your certification. That is something that you receive once you get ready to take the exam. They give you a membership number. Under that membership number is if you have your certification, what type of certification you have. Also, AAPC keeps a log of your test, if you passed or failed. So, and remember, you can always call AAPC, even not being a member, and ask them questions. So just be aware of that. If y'all are going in about to take the exam, you have certain questions, you can always call AAPC and ask questions. You know, when I went for my interview, well, I didn't go for an interview with the government, but when I was online speaking with them, you know, I would say this is that when you're going for a job interview online or in person, make sure that you know your worth. Make sure that you know how much you want to make. Don't go in there, because that was the question that I was asked just maybe 5 or 10 minutes into the interview. She said, "We really like you, so we want to offer you the job." And she asked me, she said, "How much do you want to make?" And I told her. I just told her straight up. It was over $30. It was over 30 something dollars an hour. And so I told her, and she said, "Well, we don't know if we can pay you that much." And I said, "Okay," because I wasn't going to back down and I wasn't going to shortcut myself. Why? Because I got the certification, I have the knowledge, I let them know that, hands down. And she came back and she said, "We can do that." So when you go for the interview and when you're about to get the job and they say they want to offer you the job, don't low grade yourself. Do not. I don't care if you have nothing but a year of education or a year of work experience. Do not low grade yourself, because when I worked at a school, I started coding at a medical school, And when I got my certification, I told them how much I wanted to make. And then I felt like I lowballed myself. So I went back to my director and I said, look, this is how much I want to make. And it was over 70K. And I told him, wait, I want to take that back. I want to ask for more. When my boss brought me into her office, she said, oh, we're not going to give you that. She said, because it's too close to what we already decided to give you. She said, you should have asked for more. Y'all, I was mad. I was mad at myself because I didn't see my worth. So I'm telling you now, the opportunity is coming. Somebody is going to see your worth. Let you see it before they do. You see your worth before anybody else does. Because when you show up to that interview, if it's online and if it's in office, show up knowing and being confident that you're going to get what you asked for, or you're going to get close to it. Because I should have asked for more. I knew my worth. I knew my education. I knew the experience I had, but I didn't see it. So I'm telling you, ask for what you want and don't accept nothing less. If they say, well, we don't know if we can do it, well, that's your loss. That's your loss, because I'm a great employee and I'm going to work hard. So I'm just letting y'all know that right now. So anyway, I love y'all. I hope y'all have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.